Hi everybody, it's Colin here from Woodthorp International. I've been up to all sorts. At the moment the 158's going past the sound and there's a class 31 on the track. So let's see what I've been up to. And this is what a crash looks like when it comes off the bridge, and it only came off the bridge because I was holding it back, and there's that much power in the front. It just cut the corner basically and tumbled into the depths of the bridge. Never mind. That'll teach me to grab hold of it and say, just let me just have a look at something. Well, I've glued my first point on this layout, and the first point I've done for about 4 years. So I thought I'll just do one. I'm confident that I've done it, the best I can. But I just need to make sure that once it dries, what I've done works, and then I can do all the rest. Well, there's a lot. And I've just done that one so I can run train still on this line, on the down line, and then when it's dried I'll be able to do more. So hopefully that will be okay. I'm just going to move the point and keep moving it a few times. So there's the class 31 just running round. Yeah, I've done some more ballasting. This bit here, that line will disappear. It's because that's still wet, but it will blend in. You think, oh no, it's going to show a watermark, but it doesn't. And then that segment there where it's got a bit of white on, that's the last bit I've just done today. That was yesterday. It's nearly there. I've got a little bit of staining to put in. Just there's a little white mark there around the arm of the bit what sticks up, and I put my wire through that to push and pull the arm, and I'm just going to put a bit of brown stain on that, same colour as the ballast so it blends in. I don't want to put ballast right up to it because it will stop it from moving. So I'll do that one probably for next week at some point. I'm very busy at the moment, and then I'm going to do these 3 here, but I'll have to do some weathering of the track on this rail and that rail. These 2 are done and the points are done, but I just need to I'll then do them points, because then that's, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 points done in this small area of ballasting, and they take the longest because I could go on and do, but time I've done a bit, I've had enough. I go and do something else, and that something else is my old wall. If you remember last week, there were 3 gaps in this area. There's 3 different gaps. They're all filled in. I've stuck some more big stones at the bottom, but I need to put some static grass on there all the way around to here, and then I can carry on. But I need to make some more stones. There's only maybe I'm guessing 1 to 150 stones there, 150 at the most, and that ain't going to be enough, so I need more. And I want to do it, as I've said in the past, I do it and then mix it so the blend, if there is any difference. But to say I've done maybe, I don't know, probably with 10 different mixes, if not maybe a few more. The colours, you can't really tell that I've done them at different stages, and that's what I was wanting. But I've also been doing trying something else out to make some bushes of my own, hedging and stuff, which I'll show you. Okay, so I'm going to try and make some bushes out of this stuff. It's what you use for cleaning, scrubbing your back and stuff, because I got one of these long ones, but you can get in different sizes, and then you split them. They look like that in the middle. This had loads of seeds in. There's still a seed down there, you can see that black bit, but I've cut it, and the best way of manoeuvring it and pulling it to stretch the the fibres up is to wet it, soak it, and it goes soft. And then you would put your, naturally you put your soap on, and then scrub yourself with it and rinse it out. Then it just goes nearly back to its hardness. But what I'm going to do also, in like those bits there hanging down, I'm going to make some trunks out of them and have small bushes. So I'm just going to cut a few, and then I'm going to give them a spray with some brown, and then put scatter on. Might just spray a little bit of light, a bit of green on the surface bit. But we'll have a go. Very natural product. It's a cucumber basically. So I will come back to you when I've got some shapes. Right, I've made some low ground cover bits, and then I've tried to do some little I'll try and get it that you can see. I tried to do some little bushes. You can see the stem coming down, and then what I've tried to do is a wild hedge. So I've cut it and just folded the edges over a little bit, and it's autumn, not forgetting, so it'll be a bit hit and miss. And then I'm going to see what it'll do. I'm going to spray it brown now and then put some green on eventually. So this is with some brown on. I'll spray the underneath side as well. So I've just put a bit of green on now. So I'll just let that dry, and then I didn't want to put green everywhere. It's just to give it a bit of a hint. In places, because it's autumn, there'll be brown showing and stuff. So when I come to put my sprinkles on, I'm hoping the different colours will show through and underneath. Well, that's the hedging. It's not stuck in yet. I'm going to put some static grass on this side, ready for the rocks going round. But you can see what I was trying to get with being able to see through it at the bottom, because sometimes you can see that on hedges. So it does need to go down a bit, so certainly in that area there in the middle of the screen. But for an overgrown hedge, quite like that. Could maybe do with a tree against it or two. I'm going to carve that bit back a bit. Let's put the rocks, the grass on a bit of a slope down. Do like these, Do like them, I must say. As little bushes go, I like them a lot. And then I like this here. I like that one. Yeah, I do like that. And I like those, but that one and that one, but I haven't stuck them down yet, because what I don't want to do too much on the actual reflection cove is block the view in the water. I don't mind the trees at the back reflecting in, but the idea is to try and get a reflection as the trains go past. I still don't know if that's going to happen yet, but I'm going to give it a go. And as you can see now, nearly this is all dry now, ready for doing the next bit. I've got 2 large containers of track ballast coming, as in track ballast glue and the right stuff. I was quite pleased really, because when I was at the NEC I went to the WWS stall and they didn't have any, and I thought, oh okay. But then I had a little text from them, one of the subscriber texts, and they said, don't forget the Black Friday. Now, if they'd been at the show, I would have been paying full price. Where getting them by mail order in the Black Friday deal, I've virtually got 2 for the price of 1. And we're not talking that size. What size we're talking about? Just hold on. That's the size we're talking about, so I'll have plenty of glue, because there's still some left in that. Not much, about that much. And what's in that small one, I've just filled that up. So, like I say, I'm quite pleased with them. For the first attempt, it's been brave, pulling and tugging and making it, thinner and stuff like that, but it's all part of learning. For the first attempt, I'm quite pleased with that. Those 2, I do like those, and I quite like that. There's room for improvement on that as well. So as we can't watch the trains, we'll just go and take a video of them going over the bridge. Love the lean from the trains with the banking going around that. And then the 31 is coming. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll look forward to doing next week's video. Bye for now. Bye.